Okay, good evening and welcome to this evening's meeting of the Woodbury County Zoning Commission. Today's date is March 23rd, 2026. It is 5 p.m. Tonight's meeting will be audio taped and minutes will be prepared. In respect to all parties, we ask those present to turn off cell phones or set to vibrate. Those in attendance are asked to legibly complete the attendance sheet upon the front table. I would like to take a moment to review the procedures that the commission will follow tonight. First, the commission will handle the normal housekeeping agenda items, and for each application on the agenda, I will open public hearing on the item. The planning and zoning staff will then present the staff report, including the staff recommendations. Any letters or other communication received from the public prior to the hearing will be entered into the record. The applicant will then have the opportunity to present his or her case and respond to the staff report. Next, we will hear comments from the public. If you would like to speak either in support of or against the application, you must come to the microphone. Please first state your name and address for the record. All interested parties shall be heard, but repetitious comments should be avoided. Repetitious or irrelevant comments may be ruled out of order by the chair. I ask that you remain respectful and courteous with your comments at all times. After all public comments have been heard, the staff and applicant may make a closing statement. The hearing shall then be closed by motion and vote. Thereafter, no further comments from the staff or public or applicant may be heard unless asked for by the commission. The commission shall then deliberate the case and may ask questions of the applicant, the staff, or any party offering testimony. However, such questions do not reopen the hearing for additional comments from the public unless so requested or approved by the commission. The commission will then formulate and vote on a motion. The motion will typically either grant or deny the requested application. Any commission member who has an ex parte communication to place in the record of this meeting should do so prior to the beginning of the deliberation of the respective agenda item. With that being said, roll call. Let the record reflect that all the commissioners are here tonight. Then we'll move on to public comment on matters not on the agenda. No one on the phone, no one in the audience. Okay, we'll move on to the next item on the agenda, which is the approval of the minutes from the previous meeting.
I'd make a motion to approve the minutes of the February 23rd, 2026 meeting.
Okay, I have a motion. Could I get a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Okay, the next item on the agenda is a review of a conditional use permit application. Dan, do you want to read that information to the record, please?
Yes, this is a review from the zoning commission of to the Board of Adjustment for a recommendation of a conditional use permit application for a temporary borrow pit site for extraction supply of earth materials for the I-29 235th Street South Bridge Interchange project, including approximately 400,000 cubic yards of material, with operations tentatively scheduled for spring 2026 through fall 2027 and subject to change throughout the review process. This includes parcels number 87470720001 and 87470720002. And again, this is a consideration of a conditional use permit for the purpose of submitting a recommendation to the Board of Adjustment. It's from Peterson Contractors Incorporated as the applicant on behalf of the property owners, the Kimmel Family Farms LLC and the Ken W. Eibner Living Trust and Maxey's Family Farm LLC. The application requests the respective approval for the borrow pit. It's important to point out that the final volume, duration, operational details remain subject to change with conditions or adjustments through the review process. This area includes approximately 21.27 acres on one parcel and 38.95 acres on the other parcel, totaling about 60.22. This is near the address of 2257 Port Neal Road. It's in the General Industrial Zoning District in Liberty Township, Section 7 in the northeast quarter. This property is classified for an eligible consideration of a conditional use permit by virtue of being located in the General Industrial District as per the land use summary table, Section 3.03.4. And kind of going through the process, it's important to point out the recommendation for tonight is for the Board of Adjustment, who will hold the formal public hearing at their meeting on the first Monday of April. And kind of going through the process in support of this interchange project. This pretty much appears as a typical borrow pit procedure. So typically the staff recommendation is in favor with the basic conditions of probably having a permit expiration date at some point, knowledge of what the hours of operation are, expectations that they comply with all local, state, and any federal regulations, and items of consideration of having dust erosion control, stormwater control, restoration back to a suitable condition for the property, having a haul route. Many of these items have been submitted with the backup material. We have a compelling interest to know about safety screening on the site and monitoring and ultimately completing the project. So with all that said, reasonable proposal as far as staff's concerned with what has been put in there. Staff is always mindful that the public hearing hasn't been held yet. So contingent on what we learn from the public and from the neighborhood and everything, that's where we kind of come out with it. And I will point out that the applicant is with us here this evening. If he wants to add anything. So that's what I have.
Do we have someone from Peterson Construction? Do you want to add anything or be subject to questions? Should we have them?
Yeah. I'm Jamie Thomas with Peterson Contractors. I'm the project manager on the project. So
Okay.
if you have any questions, I can
Do
answer.
you have anything that you want to point out, anything specific other than what we already have in the packet?
Not really. Daniel's really been a big help.
Okay, good,
So,
good.
yeah, I've done a few of these now and he's always a really good help with these. So we think we got it all, but if there's anything else you need, just let me know and I'd be happy to get it for you.
Okay, so you heard some of the recommendations then that he was suggesting.
Yes,
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, and that,
those are all typical of
okay,
what we'd be doing too.
I kind of
We
figured that would
submit
be.
all our haul routes to the DOT and the county and then they approve them and then our dust control, that's something we constantly have to deal with out there, just even to get our own trucks in and out of there. So we'll have probably a water truck out there when we're doing most of that work at the borrow.
Good.
Yeah.
Commissioners, anyone have any questions, comments, concerns? No? I can see no's on everybody. Okay. Any questions for the families that are involved? I see we have representation here.
So we're good.
Okay, you guys are all good? All right,
Thank you for your time.
you bet.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks.
you. I appreciate it. We have no questions or no comments. I'd entertain a motion.
I'd make a motion for the Woodbury County Zoning Commission, having reviewed the conditional use permit application for the proposed temporary borrow excavation pit in the GI General Industrial District as presented, and having considered the staff report and recommendations in full, hereby recommend approval of the conditional use permit to the Board of Adjustment, subject to the 9 conditions of approval identified in the staff report that have been presented and discussed by Dan.
Okay, I have a motion. Could I get a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. Any further comments? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. It's unanimous.
Okay,
Approval goes to the Board of Adjustment.
Okay, and just for the good of the public, the official public hearing will be held by the Board of Adjustment on April 6th, Monday at 5:00 PM. So
It's the Board of Adjustments. That's not county board of supervisors or you. Sometimes you guys in this
Yeah.
wear 2 hats.
yeah, so the Woodbury County, unlike the city, we have a separate independent, well, they're independent too in a sense, but we have a separate Board of Adjustment, different set of board members that would oversee the conditional use approval process. So
So there's just one reading there or
For a conditional use permit, they will hold the public hearing. They have the ability to make the decision that night. If they require more information, they do have the right to withhold, push it back 1 month. So depending on the framework on what they learn at the public hearing and what they're comfortable with.
Do we have to go to this? And then since we're with the envelope of the city, are we going to need a letter from the city of approval?
This would be strictly a county conditional use permit. So when you're done with us, the county would authorize the conditional use in the realm of the county. Because it's on an unincorporated parcel.
So we don't have to, even though in the envelope, we're not really changing the zoning, so we don't have to.
You're just on a general industrial zoning district asking for this type of use to be approved on a county parcel. So that would be,
I was just gonna add, the process is just this board, the recommendation, Board of Adjustment, and then that's it. Based on their approval, then you can either move forward or you don't go through the supervisors at all.
I was going to point out too, the city of Sioux City was contacted for comments. And if you look in the staff report, the airport had no comments to provide.
yes.
Good. Yeah, thank you for your questions. You bet.
I guess being someone different.
Yes,
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys.
yes, thank
Thank
you. Okay, we're going to move on to the next item on the agenda, which is item number 16. Again, public comment on matters not on the agenda.
Nobody on the phone.
No one on the phone and no one in the public. So we will move on to the next thing, which is item number 7, staff update.
Really at this point, the Board of Adjustment will meet on the 6th for this item. And then, I will say that training that I updated you on last month, they had contacted me and, they said that it looks good. They just want to, run it through their board. So they recommended approval of the training course that I set up. So they've got to basically go through the formalization of it. Once they do that, they'll put us up on their website as a provider. And then at some point we can start scheduling, that specific training that we can make available. And, I've talked to Chris Matheson over at the city at one point and I said, I think that you could maybe send your folks over at some point when we get that arranged, because it's all of you are in good standing as far as being in your offices prior to last year, but it's going to be nice to have that protocol in place because it is good information to know and to be well in tune with, but we'll have that built into the county as far as supporting the county, the city, or other folks that are interested in doing that level of training. And it's to the point there's even a certificate that you'll get. So it's formalized. So I'm crossing my fingers. I'm not trying to get ahead of myself, but they said that they're making the recommendation to approve it.
Good.
So
Excellent. Good job. Way to go.
thank you. But that's all I got. So,
Okay, do we need to discuss our meetings?
yes.
Okay.
Thank you for bringing that up.
Absolutely.
So as you know, we're heading toward Memorial Day. Memorial Day does meet on a Monday, and it is on a Monday. And historically, I think we've moved that meeting to a Wednesday. And we're very likely going to have an agenda item that night. And so I would ask if everybody, if Wednesday, I think it's the 27th of May, if
Mhm.
that would work for all of you, if we were to proceed with any scheduling, I would need to know well in advance so that we can circle that and let our applicants know.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
would May 27th work for everybody's plans? May what?
27th.
May 27th. Or excuse, yeah, it would be May 27th.
I think the 25th is Memorial Day.
Yeah. Yeah, 25th is Memorial Day, and the reason we don't do Tuesday is the supervisors are in session on Tuesday. So Wednesday would be the next freed up day.
Okay.
And you'd very well likely be making a recommendation to the or the Board of Adjustment on that night, because I anticipate conditional uses.
Okay.
I'm out of town on the 26th, 27th, and 28th. I might be able to join remote if needed for quorum.
Okay.
I'm just in Omaha, so.
You're eligible to do that as long as we have 3 here in person.
Okay. Everybody else okay?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay,
Pretty good?
Yeah.
We don't really need to take an action. We'll just,
Yeah. I'll pencil it
Right.
in.
by the chair being okay and everybody being okay, we'll pencil that in.
Okay, sounds good. All right.
Thank you.
We have our dates taken care of. I don't think there was anything else, was there?
That's it.
Perfect. All right. Commissioner comments or questions, inquiries. Item number 8 on the agenda. Anything? Corey, are you going to jump to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you. Can I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, we are adjourned. Thank you so much.